Hey, welcome back to the third season cooking. Folks, I'm so glad you're here. It's been a kind of a crazy spring, doing lots of travel. So a couple weeks in Mexico City, go take a look at those videos. A couple weeks in Cabo San Lucas. A month later, which I didn't do any videos in because it's Cabo San Lucas and there's so much fun going on. But I did want to get through something here. And part of where I'm going with this is, you may not have been paying attention. Maybe you haven't. The talk of recession coming makes us need to start really thinking about what we're going to do to try and extend our income that we have. And of course, eggs are a great protein. If you're in the US, there's been all kinds of intriguing, entertaining politics around the price of eggs. I'm not going to go into that. Eggs are still $4.16 a dozen here in Winnipeg and at Walmart. And you may not like Walmart eggs. That's okay. You're free to buy whatever eggs you want to. I'm making a really simple, fun omelet that I initially saw it being done for a baked quiche kind of thing, but it takes a long time to do that in the kitchen, in the oven. I don't want to do that. So what I'm going to do instead is do a quiche-like thing. I'm just going to check here. Oh yeah, our quiche is doing well. So I'm going to do a couple things here. I'm going to add. Before I started this, I did a quick fry up of onions, mushrooms, tomatoes, and a bit of ham. And I'm thinking of this, by the way, as a potential Easter weekend brunch. So if you're thinking about doing some entertaining or just wanting to do something a little bit more fun and special on Easter, this might be it. This is just a blend of some yellow cheddar, white cheddar, and mozzarella cheese. I'm just going to add this to the top. And then we're just going to close that in again with the lid and let that steam a little bit. Over here, I have 2 eggs. You just saw me crack. We're just going to mix that up. And to that, I'm going to add some croissants. Now, I saw these at Walmart, $4.97 for a dozen. And this was, I don't know, I can't do the math fast enough. It was probably about just about $3 or $6 for cheesy croissants. And so, but these are been marked down, so they're a little bit stale. Perfect for this kind of a dish. All we're going to do is just tear this up. And if you're using fresher ones, you won't need to let them sit quite as long because these are, these were expired on the 13th of April. It's now the 15th of April. They really do need to soak in the egg wash for more than just 30 seconds. You need to let these sit in the egg wash for probably about a minute to 2 minutes, maybe 3. And all you're going to do is just let them soak up the croissants, just soak up the egg. Okay. And if you're going to do this as a quiche in the oven, you would just pour this into a pan and put it into the oven, and you would let it go at, I don't know, probably 350 for, I'm guessing, about 45 minutes or so. I have no idea. I'm not a big fan of oven quiche. I tend to prefer doing eggs like this. So I just put this off to the side. So anyways, those were on sale. Good deal. As you can see here, we are now getting very close, although you can't tell because the lid is still on. But I'm going to go with, and I don't know either, but I'm going to go with, we're pretty close to having this done. We pop the lid off and we go, oh, you know what, maybe needs a little bit more time. If you want to hurry it along, you might put in an ice cube to create some steam. Look again. I'm going to say that's close enough. Because if you take a look on the edges, you can see where there's no runny egg. The cheese is there, but we know that the cheese is going to melt as soon as we flip it over. Not flip it over, fold it over, I should say. And I did use a relatively large amount of butter in this pan, because that's what I have. Now this again is the induction pan, so it turns off as soon as the pan lets go. And we're just going to, whoops, we're going to try it again. We're just going to slowly fold this over like that. And then we're going to press it down just ever so gently. So this is a pretty loaded up omelet. Now, then we can do like that. Put that over there. We're just going to let that set for a second. I'm going to grab a little bit more butter and pop that into that pan there. And just so you can see how it goes, so we're going to just make sure there's lots and lots of butter there. Butter's good. If you have some reason why you can't eat butter, how sad for you. But if you can, just enjoy it. So here we go. All we're going to do is take the croissant and egg mix, drop that into the pan. Then we're just going to shake that around till we spread it around, get it, the bottom of the pan covered. And then we're going to pop that back on. This is just the pot lid from a different set of pots that fit. This fork needs a quick rinse because it's got raw egg on it. And there are all kinds of things I will do in my kitchen that you may not like, but one thing I won't do is put raw egg into my mouth. Just a rule. Okay, here we go. So now we have this lovely little version of a omelette. Very simple. Tomatoes, onions, mushrooms, and a little bit of ham. All leftovers. Okay, and I'm going to make that a little bit smaller because I don't want to have that big of a bite. And here we go. So simple, easy omelette. Cheers. Sometimes it is the simplest of foods that are really, really good. Super simple. One of the things I want to try and do is go back to some simple things to say, okay, again, the third season, you're in transition from high school to college, college to work life to married life maybe back to single life for whatever set of reasons you have, or you just want to learn how to cook. An omelet is a really simple thing to make. And if you've watched some movies about chefs, there's all kinds of myth and lore about how magical it is to make an omelet. Just like this, away we go. Just to finish off here, we can see now that one's almost done. So I'm just going to go back and finish this one off with the rest of my toppings and spread them around. And throw some cheese on top, put the lid back on, and in about a couple, 4 to 7 minutes, it'll be done. You'll know your timing better based on what you're doing with your stove and how it's going. Okay? Folks, thanks for tuning in. Easter omelets, Christmas omelets, any Sunday in the morning or Saturday in the morning or any day omelets, away we go. They're super easy, yummy, yummy, yummy. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I hope to see you again. Bye now.